Changing navigation mode. Now approaching Falam Orbius' space port docking. Ricardo, is something wrong?
No. Come on, everyone! We finally arrived at Falam Orbius!
This is Falam Orbius?
Amazing! It's a very futuristic place. They have the highest wisdom and military power of the galaxy. This is the most civilized planet in the universe. This is our opponent for the finals.
But why is the sky so dark? That's because a black hole is approaching. I'm glad you arrived safely. What do you think of it, Falam Orbius? Well, even though a black hole is threatening their safety, they seem more relaxed than I expected.
For a planet that will perish in a few months, I can't see why.
Falam Orbius will at least gain second place in this tournament. Regardless of the finals outcome, they can still migrate to another planet. There's no sense of crisis.
Most of this match means nothing for them. They can just afford to lose. So these guys, our planet's just something to take over. Give me a break.
The finals will take place tomorrow. The venue is a facility of Falam Orbius, the Grand Celesta Stadium. Grand Celesta Stadium? I will show you the way to the stadium. This way. Alright, let's follow him.
Welcome to Falam Orbius, and welcome back to Let's Play Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy, of course. This is where we've been aiming for this whole time. And now we can talk to the NPCs of Falam Orbius, and just like Meteo says in his intro for the place, there are no items down there. Cut off my own flow for the sake of exploration. The very first person we spoke to talked about going on holiday to another planet, and well, that one's just a conversation topic for the sake of it, but we are going to see all the way through this the real sense of non-jeopardy they have. I mean, they've given us a victory dance celebration simply for arriving. This planet is about to get exploded, and in actual fact, they feel fine. We are also going to start to see residents of other planets appearing to watch the finals. This, for example, is a resident of Nayade. Can we find Garami anywhere? That'd be perfect, but unlikely. And that was also a player from presumably Silica. And they're all here for this place that we've only experienced so far through Victor cutscenes. But now it's ours for exploring. Up to the top will take us to the stadium. We can't freely explore the rest of the planet yet. So let's just read the inner link and get the vibes. And then we'll have a look at the Grand Celesta Stadium right away. So what's the stadium we've been playing on so far? That one's called the Starship Stadium. It's clearly still like owned by the Intergalactic Football Confederation, if that's what they're called. Just the Grand Celesta Galaxy organisers. You know, Euro 2020 is hosted by UEFA. Which are you more likely to say? Eurovision is hosted by the EBU, right? It's like sometimes you just don't talk about the wider company behind it, and the Intergalactic Football Federation feels like one of those. Do they have a wiki page? I would love to go on the Inazuma 11 wiki and see if they have a page for specifically the Intergalactic Football Federation, and if they don't, then maybe that's something we can work together on, eh? Gotta be comprehensive with these things. Arin's still trying to communicate with Katora. We have not heard from Katora since the Hope Stones were lost. Well, I think it got to the point of being mithril and then we lost it. So we don't know if Katora genuinely is working with the likes of Ozrock, or if in actual fact we've just not been contacted, but we'll try and stay in touch.
This is a gondola. This gondola will get you to the Grand Celesta Stadium, the venue of tomorrow's game, in no time. We also have a waiting room for you in the Grand Celesta Stadium. You're welcome to use it freely. I'll see you then. Ah, Meteo! Did you find anything regarding Victor? Unfortunately, not yet. Please be patient. We will continue to investigate. Okay. See you tomorrow. We'll meet at the match.
Meteo getting smile pictures for the first time?
So Arian, what are you going to do now? Oh, what is that?
Pixie?
No, this one seems to have a different colour.
But maybe it's connected with Pixie. Let's follow it.
Yep, so just to fake out, we don't need to go to the stadium just yet. That would have been a little bit weird. The gravity on Falam Orbius, safe to say, thankfully, it's very similar to that of the Earth. The speed of the ball is a little bit faster, but other than that, it's practically the same. Also, the atmosphere does still have an impact. You know, Fertilia raised wood and Naiadi raised wind. Falam Orbius strengthens the power of void-type moves. And, you know, go back a couple Inazuma 11s and you wouldn't find much use for that. But now, you know, Victor has Bicycle Blade. That's a void-type move. We don't have Victor, but I'm sure it would matter if you were using him on this route. What else do we have that's void-type? Bylong can Mixie-Max with Tezcat to bring out a void-type fighting spirit. Just, it's very, very hard to have Bylong and Tezcat on the same team. In fact, you can't until the post-game. I don't think that's too much, but like, the void benefit isn't really meant to play into your favour that much. If Alpha had Omega Assault by now, that would be a void-type move. Similarly, if Lucian Dark had... no, it's not actually, is it? Extend Zone is super what's it called again? That's a bit embarrassing, but Lucian looks like he's got a void type move, but it's actually just wood. But it's nice that the atmosphere at least has some kind of impact while still not mattering that much, because when you're against final boss type opponents, you don't want to be particularly put off by Fertilia style gravity, but also it's still got something that makes it unique. And you know, void is often seen as the best element, so if you want to do like a competitive set with your best team, you probably want to take them here, right? Meanwhile, we should have just invaded all the other planets instead of doing this tournament. Lady Relaya is too kind. Again, egos everywhere. What I'm going to do is open this treasure chest. I'm going to save the game because I haven't gotten the chance to do that since the last one. So fingers crossed this recording's okay. But also, I have a secret extra reason why I kind of need to save a lot in Falam Orbius. And that's because when I was playtesting the game, I actually came across a bit of a game-breaking glitch. Not game-breaking necessarily. That silver chest contains the spaceport ticket, and actually if I were to leave this map screen and come back, would that... well, it's going to advance the plot, but over there! Piku! I'll come back to the game-breaking stuff when it's actually relevant, because it's not here, but there is a particular point in Falam Orbius where when I was playtesting the game, during our fan patch, it actually became like impossible to proceed. So there will be a competition route around about here, and it's not a post-game thing. It actually appears fairly soon. So that might be the one silver chest that I actually need to open on screen. But for now, I'm going to quit without saving. Wow, and then come back in so that I can put that back there for the need of it. And this time, I can go the other way down to the Falam spaceport thing. Yeah, oh, his friend's called Meme. I'm sure it's a Mexican style name. Your friend will be called Meme, but rip on that one, it must be said. I barely got through 5 lessons a day. So the second time we're seeing this kind of darkened coloured pixie, we kind of have one to reflect the colour scheme of Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy Big Bang, and then there's one that more represents the colour of Supernova. Just the Big Bang one appears a lot more often, shall we say the least. But anyway, Time Machine! Are we playing Chrono Stones again? I love Chrono Stones! That's a brilliant game! But also, you know what? I love Galaxy, and we're here in the final chapter of the final Inazuma 11 game. Until we have a great road. This is it. This is my last main chapter of an Inazuma 11 main series Let's Play. Oh, God. You know, Inazuma Strikers doesn't have chapters. I know what else I want to do with my channel once we've kind of finished this series, but like, it's scary, you know. This is really it. That's what I was feeling like when I was making the Let's Play of Chrono Stones, because the fandom of Galaxy didn't exist. I knew I could, in some form, maybe play it in Japanese, but like, it's just a bit of an ominous situation. It's like when your YouTube channel is a planet, and then a large black hole were to appear behind it. That's kind of what it's like to run out of Inazuma 11 games. But we'll take this chapter at our own pace anyway. These guys are not actually residents of Falam Orbius, to my knowledge. I thought I took Lucian out of the team, but no, I didn't. It was only Therese that I swapped, so... Ambush, not going great. The skill was down. I think that means the opponent has Charm up. Clearly, because that's another win in a row. Do we get a second skill down? Yes, we do. Charm up. I think there was one time in a previous Let's Play where I argued it wasn't even that good. We have Ricardo in goal right now. And Charm up is going to work on him as well. The Inazuma LGBT shipping community in shambles at the cost of this one skill. But there you go. That was a resounding defeat. Shall I build a slightly better team for that one? Ricardo, it's good that you're getting back in the story, but definitely Terry for that one. Let's have a proper defender. Trina, you've had honestly quite a bit of time off at this point, and Bylon we've not used as an actual member of the team for a little while. He's just kind of been hanging around as someone on the bench. I suppose he did get one of the game-winning goals against Fertilia, now that you mention it. Just did he? I don't remember now. Anyway, I clicked the wrong move, so now it's not Charm Up. Now it's just type advantages that are causing Silk Road to, frankly, dominate Trina in the powers there. I wasn't even close, but Wall of Atlantis, this time they're going to let us. And it only worked against a regular dribble by a power of 9. All of a sudden it feels like Pylon might need to bring out his fighting spirit or something. Come on, White Hurricane. If I win this, I will take that win and not do another one. There you go. I'm better than Falam Orbius. They're definitely not significantly better than us, but man, that's a thumbnail if ever I saw one. We'll have more plot relevant ones to make, I'm sure, but the background of this place makes everything look infinitely cooler. Falam Orbius backgrounds, make that the background of everything, please. Now, if you're looking at the bottom screen, it kind of looks like this central thing you might need to find a stairway into or not be able to get into, but no, you can just walk straight in. It's just a slightly different coloured bit of flooring. And now we get to talk with Naidi. I'm going to save again because not only is there the risk of game-breaking walls that our patch accidentally broke during my playtest, I'm also on flashing red battery at the moment, and really, I could like go and get the charger, but I'm just in the mood of this place right now, you know, because the music is nothing but dark scrapbook soup. Now, I'm a bit of a soup enthusiast, but I don't know about paper. And though, I guess, isn't that what croutons are, basically? If you can put stale bread chunks into soup and then claim it's a good thing, but why not bits of melted paper? But let's clear this one out using Bylong's spirit. Also plugged my 3DS on charge in the middle of that. Those guys were called the Rolea fans. So they're basically Queen simps. And trust me, speaking as someone who lives in the UK, you wouldn't tend to find those in the youth of the public as much. They definitely exist among the older crowd. Not so much at the kind of footballer generation, despite our football team obviously singing "God Save the Queen" before every single match. But you know, well, it's not that bad or anything. Not getting political on here. I'm just offering some perspective because I mean, it's funny. I guess my two main geographics, on YouTube are the UK and the Netherlands, both kingdoms. So, you know, royalty. It's just normal for us. So, Rolea, you know, what is there to say, really? I don't know where I'm going with this at all. Look, Falam Orbius is definitely the planet I'm least familiar with, because it's going to give us the Black Data number 7, and while we're being so scuffed, I want to go try it. Why not? I know so little about it, because, I mean, most of my I've only done this chapter once. Which one did I even... I have to pick the character first, then the training regime. We'll go Bylong. In time trial for hovering race, by the looks of things. So just do the hoverboarding for as long as you can, as quickly as you can. I said no to the tutorial for this one, thinking, it'll make sense. And then I saw the overlay graphics and I thought, oh, what am I looking at? But no, fine, I'll try and do this as quickly as I can. Because, yeah, what I was trying to say is my first time on Falam Orbius was basically half spent in a competition route, which opens up pretty much as soon as we go back onto that map screen again. And then, no, Bylong! No! And then the other half of it was spent dealing with a game-breaking glitch that we accidentally put in one of the rooms. So it's like, I didn't really get to relax and enjoy it that much. And even in the anime, I don't think there's actually that much time spent just exploring Falam Orbius, and it's kind of meant to feel relaxed and almost forgotten because all of the residents of the planet are so calm and not bothered that not really meant to think about their emotions in it. Anyway, 49 seconds, I wouldn't be celebrating quite so much over that one, Bylong. It was only worthy of 3. Well, you know what, you can be a 100 power dribbler. Let's give that a go with Alpha and see if we can at least complete the jump. And then we'll go back to Falam Orbius. Yeah, here's a slight bit of immersion breaking. We've got Pixie with us here. She's just actively the one guiding us. I don't know what the pro strats for this are or anything. Maybe in the comments you can let me know what your high score is in Hovering Race Rally. But, like, this is fun. I remember playing it now, and just... turns are so wide in this thing that you really start to kind of feel one with the controls. Like, you're making the turns a lot sooner than when they actually come up, otherwise you have a very harsh turning point at that. And this is kind of just the first bit of Blackroom training data that you can actually play several times in a row and not get fatigued or bored, because most of the games are like a 3-minute slog just to finish it once. This one, you can do it within a minute, and obviously the reward is a lot lower. That was a fairly good time, all things considered, 41 seconds, and it still only leveled us up a little bit. Let's see if I can beat it with Falco, the actual fast character with air ride and his moveset, and then we'll go back to Falam Orbius to follow the pixie that's meant to be part of the plot. Again, I'm just playing this in the order it was given to me, but if they want to put Pixie in the minigame when we're supposed to be out of contact with her and don't know how she's doing, then that's on them. But can I get sub 40? Because surely the rewards would be a lot better if I was to do that. And I mean, the rewards are in somewhat short supply anyway. We're not exactly going to roll onto one of those treasure chests. I've just realised what Pixie is! It was made clearer by the bottom screen, actually. She is the blue arrow, and I am the red one for player 1. And as soon as I look at the bottom screen, that's when I mess up. And now I have lost to my own time trial ghost. That's what it is. Pixie represents your best time. And I was beating my best time until... Well, that's Falco's block stat. Oh dear. Fine. Well, I'm getting a little bit addicted now. So let's keep the suspense up. This is a race against me and Pixie. This time, it's gonna be me. No looking at the bottom screen, otherwise I will fall behind. That's how I make time on her. She's catching up already. I say she, it's me. That was my run from earlier in this episode, but I want to beat it, and I will. Watch me. Ooh, I thought I'd messed that one up, but okay, hug the top. I'm starting to remember the route. This isn't going to change at all. I wonder if there's another one of these maps that I can unlock a little soon. Don't crash into the wall. Good, good. Here we go. Eugene Peabody popping off. Let's go. Sub 40. No, it's not even sub 40. It's still in the 41 second region. I saved a grand total of half a second for this, my reward of wow, all of his stats are really lovingly maxed out. I barely want to pick one to give him to in the end, but there we go. Sorry Falco, you're meant to be the airboarder, but no, Eugene Peabody is the best at it. Let's go back to the town of Falam Orbius. Here's your map, Orbius Square. Black Pixies on the left. That is genuinely what they call it, by the way. Where are we going? There she goes. Oh, wait! It disappeared. I thought it'd know something about Victor and Glacier.
What's going to happen to us now?
They're here!
Victor!
To begin the agenda, we must increase the taxes upon the citizens.
Even higher than now? Wouldn't that be stealing from the people?
If Falam Orbius wants to stay the best in the galaxy, we must strengthen our army. That's how we'll protect Falam Orbius. The people have to be more patient.
Yes. Whoa! That's enough, Domica! The mastermind behind the coup, Domica! And the executives Rotaze, Radian, Disc, you're under arrest!
This is ridiculous.
Domica!
Don't you all understand? I am the one who brought Falam Orbius to this point. So what? How can a queen who's too sweet run such difficult politics? Falam Orbius is done.
Shut up! You're not going anywhere!
Ugh. Brolea.
Falam Orbius is a really dark planet.
It's a little scary.
But it seems that the environment, such as its gravity, is similar to Earth. This time it could be a fair match with no disadvantage for Earth.
Yeah, I really hope so. And meanwhile, immediately we have problems. An emergency call? Let's hurry back to the Orient Express. Well, we'll do that in the next one, I think. We've spent a fair bit of time on Falam Orbius already, and with the way I've kind of veered this one off course a little bit, I think I just need to get my bearings straight and start again in a new episode. Because, wow, we've meanwhile just seen the entire resolution to the whole coup, I guess it is, just take place entirely off our own hands. I think that's the one thing that sucks the most about not being able to visit that castle area. The whole staging of a coup and the changeover of royalty and Domika's big plan, that's all quite a significant plot point. And it all happens entirely within cutscenes, and we never have an impact on it at any point. Even our one kind of representative, Victor, he does a good job of teaching Rolea morals and what she should care about, but he doesn't actually do anything related to the coup other than get kidnapped, and then he gets saved by other characters that we've not met in person or visited. We're now at least on the planet, but I really do quite like that subplot, and I just think it could be optimised a little more if we just got to play as Ricardo once. Not Ricardo, I was going to say, because we did play as Ricardo for one whole cutscene to see the revelation of Ray Dark's intentions, which is another thing we've not talked about. Maybe some other time. But, yeah, it's like, I don't know, if we could just have some kind of involvement with maybe escaping Domika's people like Rotaze and Disc, or I don't know, just a chance to control Victor in that scenario. That would be great. But at the end of the day, I think I would gladly sacrifice Victor's place on the Earth 11 for this half of the chapter to give him his subplot. That, to me, is a trade I will take in a heartbeat. But we've got an emergency to deal with, so in the next episode of Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy, we'll talk to Andrea and see what could have possibly gone wrong now, as Ray Dark spilled his mouth and told her that he wants to become the god of football and that he's going to kick Arian in the nuts, or are we going to find Victor as Black Pixie invaded the train? It could be anything. I've probably said the real thing somewhere within that, but tell you what, see you in a couple of days and we'll find out. Bye bye. It's obviously Ray Dark kicking Arian in the nuts. That's the real one.